Brienne here from Hooked on Homemade Happiness, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this tutorial for these adorable crochet pumpkins. This pumpkin pattern is so quick and easy, perfect for a beginner. They are virtually no sew pumpkins, working from the bottom up. I'm going to show you how to make them every step of the way. So for this pattern, we are going to be using a bulky weight yarn. I am using Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Chunky. This is a category 5 yarn. You can use any bulky weight category 5 yarn for this pattern. You will also need a J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. You'll want some scissors and a yarn needle, and you'll also want a stitch marker. And then we will be using fiber fill to fill our pumpkins, and then also a cinnamon stick or a stick, something for the stem of your pumpkin. So we're going to get started with a magic loop, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my yarn, I'm going to wrap it around my index finger, my middle finger, like this. I'm going to put my yarn, so I have 2 loops on around my fingers right now. I'm going to come in underneath both. I'm going to grab this one on the left and pull it under the one on the right. And then I'm going to pull my fingers out and grab that loop here, secure it with a chain 1. So now I have this adjustable loop that I can close up nice and tight at the bottom of my pumpkin. So in this loop is where I'm going to start my round 1. I'm going to start with a chain 1. That chain 1 to secure it was just to secure my loop. So now I'm going to start with a chain 1. I'm going to work 6 single crochet in this loop. So here I'm going to insert my hook into this space and pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2 for a single crochet. I'm going to do that 5 more times for a total of 6. So there I have 6 single crochet. So now in this adjustable loop, I'm going to just pull the end of my yarn to close it up. And I'm going to be working in a continuous round, so I'm not going to be joining with a slip stitch. I'm just going to keep crocheting around. So here is my first single crochet of the round. You can always count back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my first single crochet here, so this is where I'm going to be inserting my next stitch. And now for the remainder of this pumpkin, I'm working only in the back loop. So here's my front loop, here's my back loop. I'm inserting only into this back loop here. I'm going to pull up a loop and single crochet. So here's my first stitch of round 2. I'm going to place a stitch marker here. Since there's no slip stitch to join, it might be a little bit hard to see where your rounds end and begin, so it's very helpful to have a stitch marker when working in continuous rounds. So I'm going to be placing 2 single crochet back loop only in each stitch all the way around. So I've already done 1 in my first stitch. I'm going to do another single crochet back loop only in this same stitch. Insert my hook again into that same stitch and single crochet. So here's my next stitch, back loop only, so only in this back loop here, single crochet. There's 1 and 2 in that stitch. Here's my next stitch, 2 single crochet back loop only here. Next stitch, single crochet back loop only, 2 of them. Again, single crochet back loop only, twice in the next stitch. And then here's my last stitch, 2 single crochet, back loop only in the last stitch. So now I'm to my stitch marker. So I'm to my next round here. I'm going to take out my stitch marker. And now I'm going to single crochet, back loop only in this first stitch of the round. And I'm going to put my stitch marker in that first stitch of round 3. So in round 2 we had 12 single crochet. So now we're going to be placing 2 single crochet, back loop only in every other stitch, alternating between inserting 1 and then 2. So we have 1 single crochet, back loop only in my first stitch. I'm going to do 2 single crochet, back loop only in the next. One single crochet, back loop only in the next, and then 2 single crochet, back loop only. And you're going to repeat that all the way around, working 1 single crochet, back loop only, and then 2 single crochet, back loop only, all the way around till you get to your stitch marker. So I'm to my last stitch where you should have 2 single crochet, back loop only. So here in round 3 you should have 18 single crochet, back loop only. I'm to my stitch marker where I'm going to take out my stitch marker and begin round 4. And I'm going to go ahead and place my next stitch, which is a single crochet, back loop only, just so I can get my stitch marker back in there. So now I'm going to be doing 2 single crochet, back loop only, 1 single crochet, back loop only in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 of them in the next. So I have 1 single crochet, back loop only here, a single crochet, back loop only in the next, and then 2 in the next. So single crochet, back loop only in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet, back loop only in the next. Single crochet, back loop only in 2 stitches, and 2 single crochet, back loop only in the next. So you're going to repeat that all the way around till you get to your stitch marker. Here I am to my last stitch where I will have 2 single crochet, back loop only in the last. So you should have 24 single crochet here in round 4. So we're going to do round 5, and it's going to kind of continue that pattern. So we're going to single crochet, back loop only now in 3 stitches, 2 single crochet in the next. I'm going to take out my stitch marker, place my next single crochet. So now single crochet, back loop only in 3. I already have 1, so I'm going to do 2 more. 2 and 3, 2 single crochet, back loop only in the next. Single crochet, back loop only in 3, 2 single crochet in the next. So repeat that all the way around till you get to your stitch marker. Here's my last stitch of the round where I will work 2 single crochet, back loop only. I'm back to my stitch marker. You should have 30 single crochet around here in round 5. So for round 6, we're going to continue this pattern where we will single crochet in 4 stitches and 2 in the next. So I'm going to take out my stitch marker, place my first stitch, single crochet, back loop only. So now I need 4 single crochet, back loop only. I already have 1, so I'm going to do 3 more. There's 4, and then 2 single crochet, back loop only in the next. Single crochet, back loop only in 4. And 2 single crochet, back loop only in the next. So you're going to repeat that all the way around to your stitch marker. So here I'm to the last stitch, 2 single crochet, back loop only. And you can see it's starting to cup a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. That's kind of what it's supposed to do at this point. So now we're going to stop with the increasing, and we have 36 stitches in round 6, and we're going to continue to have 36 stitches for the remainder of our pumpkin. If you would like your pumpkin to be wider, go ahead and continue adding these increase rounds until the pumpkin is the width that you want. So if you were to continue it In the next round, you would single crochet in 5 stitches to single crochet in the next, and just continue increasing those number of single crochets in between where you put 2 single crochet if you want to make it wider. So we're going to go ahead and stop here with our increasing. This is the width of our pumpkin. So before we start to build the sides, I'm going to go ahead and secure my starting end here, just so that I don't have to try and reach and squeeze into my pumpkin once the sides are built. So I put the end on my yarn needle. I'm going to pull this tight so that it's nice and closed. I'm going to take out my hook here. And I'm not going to worry about weaving it in or anything, but you do need to tie a knot when you start with a magic loop because it is an adjustable ring. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm just going to cut it short, and that's all. I'm not going to weave it in because it's going to be on the inside of our pumpkin. You won't see it anyway. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So that's done. It can just be inside my pumpkin, and I don't have to worry about reaching in there and squeezing my hand in there to get it woven in. All right, so now we're just going to single crochet back loop only in each stitch around. So we're starting at round 7, and then I'm going to go and take out my stitch marker, single crochet back loop only, place that back, and now we're just going to single crochet back loop only in each stitch all the way around. So here I have completed round 7, and I just worked 1 single crochet back loop only in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to continue doing that all the way to round 11. So continue taking out your stitch marker, placing that first stitch of the round, and then single crochet back loop only through round 11. Here I have repeated that to round 11. So if you wanted your pumpkin taller, you could just continue repeating those rounds until the pumpkin has a little more height that you are looking for. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start closing up our pumpkin in round 12. I'm going to take out my stitch marker. So now we're going to start by decreasing around the top of our pumpkin. So I'm going to single crochet back loop only in 4 stitches, and then I'm going to work a decrease, a single crochet, 2 together, back loop only. So single crochet back loop only in the next 4. So here's my first one. Place my stitch marker. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now single crochet 2 together, back loop only. So we're going to be turning the next 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook into the back loop only in the next, pull up a loop, and then here in the next stitch, I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch. So I have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to leave those there, insert into the back loop only of the next and pull up a loop. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So now those next 2 single crochet just turned into 1. So again, single crochet back loop only in 4. Now single crochet 2 together, back loop only. So insert your hook into the next back loop only, 2 loops on the hook, again in the next, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we're going to repeat that around, single crochet back loop only in 4, single crochet 2 together, back loop only. Here's my next stitch, back loop only, pull up a loop, and then the next stitch, insert my hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Repeat that all the way around to your stitch marker. So my last 2 stitches should be a single crochet 2 together. So there in round 12, you should have 30 single crochet. So I'm back to my stitch marker. I'm going to continue decreasing. Now I'm going to single crochet back loop only in 3 stitches and then make my decrease. There's 1, 2, and 3. and now single crochet 2 together, back loop only. That's my decrease. Single crochet back loop only in 3, and then decrease the 2 together. So repeat that all the way around to the stitch marker. And again, you should end this round with a 2 together, and you'll have 24 single crochet in, what was that, round 13. So you can see how it's starting to close up a little bit. So we're gonna do one more round of decreases, and then we're gonna start filling in our pumpkin. So in the next round, we will do single crochet back loop only in 2 stitches, and then our single crochet 2 together. There's 1, 2, and then my decrease. Single crochet back loop only in 2 stitches, and then the single crochet 2 together, back loop only. And repeat that all the way around to the stitch marker. All right, so now it's really starting to get closed up on the top. So I'm going to remove my hook and my stitch marker. I'm going to leave a nice big loop here because this might get kind of pulled a little bit and I don't want to lose where I'm at. I'm going to grab my fiber fill. And I'm going to start filling in my pumpkin, little pieces at a time. Just stuffing it around the edges. Careful not to lose that loop that we have for our working yarn. Sure it's nice and even all the way around. All right, that's probably enough for now. We will add more as we go. We don't want it too hard to work with. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I'm going to grab my working yarn again. And in the next rounds, we will do 1 single crochet back loop only, and then single crochet 2 together. So here's my back loop only, my first one, move my stitch marker back, okay. And then my 2 together. And then 1 single crochet. And it is a little trickier, my 2 together, to work with it filled. Just try and keep that stuffing in there as best you can as you go around. So 1 single crochet back loop only, and then single crochet 2 together. Do that around to my stitch marker. My last 2 stitches here, which is a 2 together. Okay, take out my stitch marker, and now for my this will be my final round. I'm just going to do single crochet 2 togethers all the way around. So you should have 12 single crochet in the previous round. So now we're just doing 2 togethers. So here's my next 2. And I'm going to place a stitch marker here because it's my first stitch. And you're just going to do that 6 times. So I have 1, so I'm going to do 5 more. And it is tricky, but just move that fabric around so you could see your stitches as best you can. All right, I have 1 more. Okay, take out my stitch marker, and you can see it's closed up nice and small right there at the beginning. Here's my last stitch here. So I'm gonna just keep my hook here. I'm gonna cut a really long, not really long, but a nice length of yarn because I'm going to be using it to wrap around my pumpkin a few times just to give it that kind of squatty look. So I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to actually slip stitch to the next stitch. So here's my next stitch. I'm going to insert my hook there, pull the yarn through the stitch and through my hook, and I'm just going to, then I'm just going to continue pulling it through. I want to pull that tight. So there we go. So now what I'm going to do, I still have a little opening. I'm going to add more stuffing to my pumpkin because it's not quite, especially at the top here. So we can still fit just little pieces in there. You can use your hook to stuff it down in there if you wanted to. But I'm just going to add more stuffing. Make sure it's evenly around. A little lopsided here, so I'm going to add some over here. And we're still going to be squishing it closed this way, so we don't want it too tight. Okay, move it around so that it's just nice and round for you. You don't want it to look uneven or have any, you know, weird bulges anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. So now I'm gonna take my yarn needle. I'm gonna thread this really long end on my needle. And I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna put it through the top loops here of my last stitch and the one across from it, like this, just to close it up, that's all. Now I'm gonna put my yarn through the center here, and I'm going to come out right in the middle on the other side. Pull that tight because I want my pumpkin to be nice and squatty. And then I'm going to bring it on the outside, this end on the outside here. I'm going to pull it a little tight. I'm going to stick it back through that top hole and back out the bottom. Now I'm going to go the opposite way. So I'm kind of cutting my pumpkin in half now. Now I have two halves, kind of, a little bit off-centered here. Okay. Now each half I am going to cut into thirds. I just like to do 6 of these little wraparounds. You can do more, you can do less. I'm gonna do thirds. So I kind of just eyeball it, what looks about a third of each side. So I'm gonna have 6 total. And then here. I always like to start by kind of getting that your halfway point done and then splitting up the other each half so it can be as even as possible. Okay, and then one more here. So there we have, I have 6 sections. You can add more, add less, however you like to do it. There are my 6 sections. So now I'm just going to tie this in a knot at the bottom. Then I'm just going to put my, I'm going to just hide this end inside my pumpkin. So I'm just going to put my needle back in and just kind of pull it out in the space on the side like that. And then I'm going to pull it tight and trim it. And then just give it a squeeze and the end will pop right back inside that pumpkin. And then you can use hot glue, and you can glue your cinnamon stick or your branch or whatever you want to use for your stem. You can hot glue it to the top. And here you have this adorable rustic crochet pumpkin. So easy and quick to make, working in the back loop only. Just gives these ridges all around the sides. It just adds that rustic look to your pumpkin. It's such an easy way to add texture to this project. You can make them any size. Just continue increasing along the bottom if you want it bigger, if you want it taller, add rounds, however you want to do it. You can make them any size you like. They're very, very customizable. They're just so cute and so perfect for your fall decor. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please comment below or email me at hookedonhomemadehappiness@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.